In this module, we will introduce the two topics. For the first part, we will focus on the interface of iLearning Studio. You will understand how to create new projects and also online monitor device data by iLearning Studio. The second part, we will focus on the downlink part of Advantech 3600. We will explain how to acquire data by different communication interface. We will also cover the new function, which is called device template in the iLearning 2.2. With the device template, the user can use the function to add the text included in the device template instead of adding every tag and setting one by one separately. The created templates could be saved and reused in other iLearning projects. iLearning uses project configuration to configure each function and protocol the user wants to use. We usually call it as offline mode, which user can set up with their laptop and then download the configuration into the devices. In this page, you can either create or open a new project to edit your project offline in your PC. Note, it's not in Advantech 3600 or other RTU. After finishing project configuration, then you have to download the project, the configuration file into the RTU or Advantech 3600 to make your setting valid in the devices. Here are the steps of how to create a new project in iLearning Studio. After you have created the project, you can right-click on this project and choose Add Device for setting device information. Here is the second step for Add Device in iLearning Studio. You could define the device name and choose the correct model and define the password for the device. In iLearning Studio, we could use either IP or no ID to identify different devices. You could enter your setting here. Please know that the IP address here means that which device you want to download the project into. This is because in real application site, customer may have more than one devices and every device is doing different tasks. The IP address or no ID can help the user to know the project should be downloaded to which device. In the project configuration page, you could browse to network setting page to configure the IP setting of Module2 LAN port by clicking different interface of the Advantech 3600. On Advantech 3600, there are two LAN ports. Both LAN ports are set in the DHCP mode in default. Here is the rule for the default IP address of two LAN ports on Advantech 3600. For LAN 1, default IP is 10.0.0.x, where the S is the no ID of Advantech 3600. And for LAN 2, the default IP address is 11.0.0.x. Please know that the IP of LAN 1 and LAN 2 cannot be used in the same network segment. After you finish the network setting or any other settings, you have to download the project to Advantech 3600 to make those settings valid. Click Project Download to download the project into the module. Please know that the IP address here means the current IP of your module, and the new IP address of Advantech 3600 will change to the IP you set, for example 10.0.0.36 in network setting after project is downloaded successfully. Let's move on to the other interface in iLearning Studio, which is the online device menu for viewing the real-time tech status online. Click Search to find your device on the online device list. Double-click on Advantech 3600 and enter the default password 8 zeros to log in. After login, it will show you some system information and status of each log, including the I/O of each channel. However, when first connect Advantech 3600 to your PC, you might not able to log into the device due to the different network domain between your PC and Advantech 3600. When you cannot log in to Advantech 3600 successfully, please check the network setting of your PC. You have to make sure your PC under the same network domain with Advantech 3600 for login to the device. There is also an option for online setting which enable the user can temporarily change the IP address of Advantech 3600. In other words, you can modify the IP address of Advantech 3600 temporarily in order to log in. However, please know that the IP address and other settings will back to the original setting of the project after the device reboots. However, when first connect Advantech 3600 to your PC, you might not able to log into the device due to the different network domain between your PC and Advantech 3600. When you cannot log in to Advantech 3600 successfully, please check the network setting of your PC. You have to make sure your PC under the same network domain with Advantech 3600 for login to the device. There is also an option for online setting which enable the user can temporarily change the IP address of Advantech 3600. In other words, you can modify the IP address of Advantech 3600 temporarily in order to log in. However, please know that the IP address and other settings will back to the original setting of the project after the device reboots. After logging to device successfully, you can online monitor the device status. There are 4 sections of online monitor: test, I/O status, system information, and configuration. We will introduce one by one in the following slides. The first one is system tech. For example, you could see the CPU and memory information in this place. The system text also contains mobile and 3G performance information. If the user installs 3G module with Advantech 3600, he could monitor the related information in this page. What's more, you could also view the quality for different communication interface, such as your LAN port and serial performance information. The second menu here is the I/O status. In this page, you can online monitor both the onboard I/O status and extension I/O module if installed with your Advantech 3600. The user could also modify the DO value with the online monitor page. They must need to log in first and then click the channel they want to change the value and then enter the value here. Finally, click Submit to change the value online. The third menu is the system information. Advantech 3600 will record errors in system log. For example, when you find module failed to connect Wi-Fi, you could check the system log to see if there's any information. In this example, the antenna feeder falls off, so you will see the error are all start with the wireless then 0. When there's any error happens, you could ask the customer to provide system log, which is helpful for technical support. The last one is the configuration function in online monitor. User could do the time calibration on Advantech 3600 online by selecting correct time zone to do the calibration. There might be some known issue or there will be some new feature with the new version of the image. So we will ask the customer to update the image with our online monitor. When you need to update the module's image, you could browse to Image Update tab and do it manually. Below are the steps for doing image update online. First, open browser and enter the IP address of Advantech 3600 to enter the online monitor page. Secondly, log in the device. The third, go to support portal to get the latest image version. Select this file as below. The fourth, click Upload to download image to Advantech 3600. and finally click Update to start updating image. Image update takes about 10 minutes. After it goes to 100%, it will automatically restart. A message, Advantech 3600 boot successful, will pop up after restart successfully. In the following slides, we are going to introduce the downlink communication on Advantech 3600. We will explain how to establish tag in iLearning Studio for different communication interface. As you can see in this picture, the iRTU supports several protocols for uplink and downlink. Here we will focus on how to get the downlink data with the help of iLearning Studio. Considering several possible scenarios, we implement one demo bus to illustrate different downlink protocols to acquire text. Each tag and its I/O type can be found in below table. As you can see, Advantech 3600 could use different interface to acquire data from remote I/O such as Allen and Weiss series. The whole system architecture of Advantech 3600 demo bus is shown here. As you can see, there are two added modules. One uses LAN cable to connect to the LAN port of Advantech 3600, and the other one uses RS485 to connect with Advantech 3600. For Wi-Fi communication, we use Weiss 4050 to connect with AP, and then install the Wi-Fi module inside Advantech 3600 for connecting to the same AP2. The first example uses onboard I/O with digital input signal from the button. We use a DI button to simulate water level, so the logic status of DI can be indicator of water level. When pressing the DI button, the LED on the panel of Advantech 3600 will turn on to indicate the DI status is logic high. In the following slides, we will show you how to do the configuration in the iLearning Studio to check the tag status. First, you have to create this tag in project configuration page and download this project into Advantech 3600. As you can see here, I browse to the onboard DI0 tag 0 and then rename it into water level. When the project is downloaded into Advantech 3600, you could use online device to monitor the onboard tag by iLearning Studio. As you can see here, in the I/O tab, you will see the tag renamed into water level, and the status is logic high with good communication quality. Next, we will show you how to map Advantech 3600 to acquire data by Ethernet interface. The system architecture is shown as below. The LAN 1 is connected to my PC, where the iLearning Studio is installed, and the LAN 2 is connected to Advantech 6017 with the AI tag we are going to monitor. Besides, we also need to configure the IP of LAN 1 and LAN 2 properly to get the AI data successfully. To make Advantech 3600 and Advantech 6017 in the same network domain, let's configure the module's IP and the LAN port setting as below. As you can see, PC connect with LAN 1 are using the name ID start with 10.0.0, while LAN 2 and Advantech 6017 are used the network ID start with 192.168.7.7. We use an AI voltage knob to simulate a pH meter, so the value of AI can be indicated of pH value. After finishing the network setting for both Advantech 6017 and Advantech 3600, let's create connection to Advantech 6017. First, we need to add Advantech 6017 device into iLearning Studio. In project configuration, find the data center, I/O tag, and TCP. Right-click on TCP port and select Add Meter. A window will pop out for you to enter your name of the device. Here we should enter Advantech 6017, and the unit number is 1. Since Advantech module support Modbus TCP, we choose Modicon as the meter type. Finally, we need to enter the IP address of Advantech 6017 and the port number of the mobile, which should be 502, to finish the setting. After finishing adding device, let's add a tag for monitor the AI pH value on Advantech 601. Right-click on the I/O tag and click Edit. You could click the Add on the top of the menu and enter all the settings for this AI pH meter tag. There is a useful function for scaling the data. Select Scale Define Input High-Low to Span will help to make the mobile raw data, which locate from 0 to 65535, to change into a readable engineering data. After finish all the settings for pH meter tag, don't forget to download the project into Advantech 3600 to make it valid. In this case, we change the mobile raw data from 0 to 65535 into an area which, for example, should be the -10 to the +10, so that we could read the physical value directly. After project download success, you can online monitor the AI tag value on Advantech 6017 by H-Link Studio. As you can see on the I/O tag page, I could find a tag with the name pH meter and show the current value and its connection status. Next, we will show you how to use RS485 serial interface to acquire tag value from Advantech digital output module. The system architecture is as below. We use a DO LED to simulating value valve status, so the value of digital output can be an indicator of this valve. As you can see, there is an RS485 serial interface on Advantech 3600, which allows the module to get a value status from serial RS485 device directly. Same as previous example, we need to create serial connection to Advantech 4068 for Advantech 3600. In project configuration, after you find the I/O text, right-click to add compo. Enter the correct compo setting for serial communication, and then click Apply. Under the compo you just created, right-click on it to add your device. Enter the device name, device ID, and choose Modicon in order to use mobile RTU to communicate with your Advantech 4068. Likewise, we need to add tag under your device. Click Add to edit tag setting as below. Choose Discrete for digital output tag and enter the mobile address 00017 for digital output 0. Please remember to download the project setting to Advantech 3600 when DO setting is finished. Finally, we will introduce how to acquire Wi-Fi device I/O data on Advantech 3600. As you can see, the above interface can be achieved by the built-in interface on Advantech 3600. However, for Wi-Fi communication, we need to install Wi-Fi module in Advantech 3600. So please make sure you have the right Wi-Fi module on hand for doing this exercise. Here, we choose WISE4050 to monitor DI and DO tag at the same time. The system architecture is shown as below. The Advantech 3600 with Wi-Fi module and antenna connect to the AP. The WISE4050 also connects to the same AP at the same time. The first step to get data from WISE4050 is to make sure that your Wi-Fi card have been installed properly to make connection with WISE4050. The second step is to enable the Wi-Fi communication on Advantech 3600. After that, in project configuration, browse to Wi-Fi page, enter the corresponding SSID and password of the AP, and choose the right Wi-Fi module. The following part is the same as the Advantech 6000 series. You need to right-click on the TCP and then click Add Meter and enter the name of the device and select the emoticon as the meter type, since the WISE also support Modbus TCP communication. And then you need to enter the unique ID, which is 1, and enter the IP address and port number. And in the final part, you need to create 2 tags for fan and overheat separately. You need to follow the menu of WISE 4050 to set the Modbus address. So in the Advantech H-Link configuration page, you need to right click on the iRTU and then click Edit. And for the fan, which should be a digital output, the Modbus address is 00017. And on the other hand, for overheat, which is a digital input, so the Modbus address is 0001. After that, remember you need to download the project again into your Advantech. After your device is rebooted, you should be able to use the online monitor page and select the IO tag, and then you will see all of the tags for overheat and the fan, which should be the tags for your Wi-Fi module. Besides, use H-Link Studio to check the online status. Actually, will provide another way, which is the web service page, to monitor all of the tags at the same time. The user could use any web browser to access the web server of Advantech. They just need to enter the IP address of the Advantech device. And please know that because we support the HTTPS for better security, so the customer need to use the HTTPS instead of the HTTP to access the web service page. In the previous version of the H-Link Studio, we only create some of the devices as the template for the customer to choose from, such as Advantech 6000 and 4000 series. When using with the third-party devices with the iRTU, user needs to define the tags of the device in the project one by one, and it will be a repeating work if the third-party device is used on more than one iRTU system. With the H-Link 2.2 version, we allow the customer to create their own device template freely. The customer could just create a third-party device and save all of its configuration as the template and then use it on different projects. This dramatically reduces the time for repeated operation settings. In the following slides, we will introduce every detailed function of the device template. The user could click on the device template button in the H-Link Studio toolbar to open the device template tool. Click the Add button above the template list to add a new device template. The information includes the template name, driver type, manufacturer, device category, device image, and the description. The template name cannot be duplicated with other templates in the template file. The manufacturer and device categories can be added by clicking the Add button on the right side of the input box. You could also select an existing manufacturer by pull down. Device image can be uploaded up to 200K in the PNG, JPG, BMP, and GIF formats. Click the Add button above the list of tags to add a new tag to the currently selected template. The tag information is similar to the IO text information in H-Link Studio. The added tag name cannot be the same as the other tags under the same template. Adding, modifying, deleting, importing, and other actions to the template file requires clicking the Save button in the page toolbar to save to the template file. After saving successfully, a prompt box will pop up. Click the Undo button to undo unsaved changes, and the template will be returned to the previous saved one. Click the Change Password button, and the template password can be modified in the pop-up dialog box. Click the Export button to export the currently open template to a new template file. When exporting file, you still need to check the template to be exported in the Preview panel, and then click OK button to save the template file. After saving successfully, the Preview panel automatically closes. Click the Import button to import templates from other device template files into the currently open template. To import a template that requires a password to open, a password dialog pops up to prompt the user for a password. Select to open template file to be imported, and user can view the template information in the Preview panel. Check the template information to be imported. Click the Append button to import the select template into the current template file. Click the Overwrite button to clear the current template, and then import the selected template to the current template. Whether it is append or overwrite, it will judge whether there is a template duplicate name and a tag duplicate name. If there is a duplicate name, it will be highlighted in the Preview panel, and you could choose to rename the duplicate template or tag. Web Access Template is an access database file in the NDB format. Click the Import Web Access Template button, select the file to be imported, select the template information to be imported in the Preview panel, click the Add button to import the selected template into the current template file. Click the Overview button to clear the current template. Then import the selected template to the current template. Similar to the Import Device Template file, when importing the Web Access template, it will also determine whether there is a template duplicate name and tag duplicate name. If there is a duplicate name, it will be highlighted in the Preview panel, and you could choose to rename the duplicate template or tags. If the customer wants to use the device template in the eLearning Studio, please add the device in the eLearning as usual, and then check device model when adding or modifying devices. Double-click the device template selection box to bring up the panel to view, and select all the device templates in the default template and user template supported by the device driver. The tags under the template could be selected all or part of them. After clicking the OK button, the use template is set for the device. Click the Apply button on the device information page to add or update the device information. At the same time, the selected tag under the selected device template will be automatically added to the I/O text list under the device.